Hi, TLE here with a video showcasing Chloe Vann, a maxed out Chloe Vann. In this video, I will be showing you guys the stats of my Chloe Vann, what gear I have on her, and what sets are the best to use on her, showcasing the skills and details of the skills and what skill to level up first. I will also show you guys the skill gems that I am using on her. So without further ado, let's get in the video. First off, we got gear sets. On her right now, I have a 6-piece full moon set. I was really lucky enough to get a necklace drop just yesterday. This is my very first full moon necklace. The reason why you want to use full moon set is because the 3-piece buff is so nice for her second skill. This is actually translated wrong. The correct translation from Korean is 25% chance to land a debuff. So it adds a 25% chance to her second skill. The 6-piece set is really important in Arena, and this is the reason why I am using a 6-piece set on her instead of another 3-piece set, is because there's a 50% chance that I will not get stunned by Reyna, get paralyzed by Elune, and also reflect that stun back to the attacker, which is absolutely huge. And it allows my Chloe to have another turn because she legit one-shots everyone in Arena if you build her right. And the stats that you want on your gear is obviously attack speed, and any resistance is great. Physical resistance should be prioritized since physical debuffs include stuns and paralyzed, and those are the two most used in Arena. Crit power is really nice too, since if an enemy is paralyzed, any attacks you deal to them will be 100% crit. Next up, we got her skills. You will not be using bomb drop that much, but it still does a lot of damage. I think mine does around at least 5,000, and that's to a tank. Your second skill, Shockwave Device Drop, is going to be your most used skill, and you can use it at 0 mana. So at 0 mana, it's just a 20% chance to stun, but since you have full moon gear, you add that 25% chance on, so that's 45% chance at 0 mana, and you can use this at any time. And as you level it up, the attack damage will increase with time. You don't want to use this skill all the time, just because in Arena or when facing a boss, you might want to juggle your mana a little bit so the champion behind you can use his skill if it's more important than your skill at the moment. But most of the time you will be using the skill to one-shot everybody. At 4 mana, which is the max, it will be a 80% chance stun. Actually, I'm lying. That's going to be a 100% chance stun because 20% for each soul, and it's already 20% at 0 soul. So add an 80% on top of that, that's a 100% chance stun. And the reason why you have full moon set is not because it's a 125% chance stun, but because that 25% chance is to cover for the resistances of other enemies. Like maybe the opponent Elune has physical resistance up to 20%, so that drops your stun down to 105% chance at max mana. Still, that's a guaranteed stun. I max this skill first because the paralyzed turns increase to 3 turns instead of 2, and that's huge. That's an extra turn of damage and buffing, healing, and setting up for the next turn. Second, we got the ultimate skill, CB Mikado Beam. This skill is insane in boss battles. Up to 8 souls can be used, and 20% damage for each soul used. So at 8 souls, that is 160% chance. Sorry, 160% damage boost. Plus, if the opponent is paralyzed, that is a 100% chance critical. That just doubles your damage pretty much. I don't use this skill that much just because the second skill, Shockwave Device Drop, is so strong. But in boss battles, if the boss is already paralyzed, I will use this skill. And in Arena, I mostly only use this skill to one-shot Fahrenheit. Everyone uses Fahrenheit in Arena now, man, but when you have Chloe Vann, that is not a problem. On top of the boost that he has and the shield that he has, I can one-shot him from full health. First passive she has is Innate Talent. This allows you to steal a buff from whoever you're attacking, which is pretty nice. You can, if they have a way buff on them and you steal their 90% attack boost, that's huge. That's huge. I've done that in Arena too. And I'm not sure if it stacks, but if it stacks, that's 90% attack boost from my Weiwei and 90% attack boost from their Weiwei that I just stole. Second, we got Adaptive Design, and it basically increases the critical rate of her by 5% every time she uses a skill, and it increases up to 50%. That is on top of your base critical rate, up to 50%. That is huge. Third passive, I think this is one of the best passives in the game. So when she has a buff, it increases the first skill and second skill of her by 30%, the damage by 30%. So Shockwave Device Drop and Bomb Drop increased by 30%. She is one of the best DPS in the game. Definitely max her out first. And she is crucial in boss battles. I use her for every boss battle, and even though some bosses cannot get paralyzed, I still use her for the damage. Next up, let's see our skill gems. So on Bomb Drop, I have the recommended skill gems just because there's a 5% chance to cause blaze, why not? On the second skill, I do not have the recommended skill gems, but instead, I have Indigo's skill gems, which increases the debuff effect of skills by 4% for a 4-star, and that's 5% at 5-star and 6% at 6 stars. That just adds on top of her 125% chance at max mana. So that's, if you have all 5 stars, that's an extra 15% chance. Right now I have 3 4-stars, so that's only 12% chance, but that's 125 plus 12, 137% chance to stun. No one is gonna resist that, except maybe Lesker, but we will talk about him in another video. So let's check out her costumes real quick. This is her 6-star, her 5-star, and her 4-star costume. I really like her black hair, so I always use her 6-star costume. Yeah, let's see our stats here. I got 35.5k HP. Physical defense and magical defense is around 4,600. Attack, I am at 11,000. 11,000 attack. That is overpowered. On top of her skills, that is just insane. Here's my micro stats. My attack speed is 120. She's not my fastest attacker on the team, but that really doesn't matter because her skills can be used for however many mana. So I can have Weiwei buff first, have other heroes use their skills, and when it's Chloe's turn, I can still use her skill even though I have 2 or 1 mana left over, even 0 mana left over. So yeah, it's pretty smart to let her go 4th or even last. Accuracy, I have 50%. That's just a 3.23% chance extra. I'm not sure if that adds on to the debuff rate, but that's so small that it doesn't really matter. Evasion, I got 41. That's a 2.6% chance to evade. Critical, I'm at 144. That's a plus 5% chance to land a crit. Crit power, I'm at 165. So if I land a crit, the attack boost will be 155%. Healing up 35, that's just 2% extra healing if I do get healed. It's not that big, but it's a pretty nice boost nonetheless. Critical resistance is at 4.5%. That means that I have a 4.5% to resist that attack that could have been a crit, but now it's a normal attack. Weaken resistance at 5%. I'm not sure if there are really a lot of weaken resistance skills in Arena, so I'm not really too worried about that. I'm really prioritizing on physical resistance, which is at 209, which is a 12% chance resist. I mean, if their Chloe hits me and she has Full Moon Blade set, I will not be able to resist that unless she does not have a full moon set. That means that a 100% chance has been reduced to an 88% chance. That's so insanely high, but if you can resist it, that's great. I've seen it. Curse resistance is at 13%. That's pretty high too. Spell resistance is at almost 13% also. Curse and spell, there are a lot of skills that are used in Arena for curse and spell, so it's way better than prioritizing nature or weaken. Nature, there's Blaze and Reeve and Balder has that, so I think I should prioritize my nature next, but my skills don't. My gear doesn't really allow that right now unless I switch them up, but it's just such an amazing set that I don't want to switch it up. But yeah, that's our Chloe Vann guide for today. I will showcase some damage videos in just a little bit.
下部駆動体問題なし。修理が必要なのは誰よ。下部駆動体問題なし。必要なのは誰よ。はあはあはあ。我の修理が必要なのは誰よ。下部駆動体問題なし。
One shot. It's just like that.